Morning everyone, welcome to this class. Not a bad day today, the sun's out, what is at the moment, hopefully it'll last. Okay, so we're going to focus on some bit of leg work today and some more sort of unusual focus body-wise with our yoga moves. So first of all, if you come into a comfortable sitting position, nice straight spine. Just make sure you're comfortable, okay, not uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable, make yourself comfortable. Cushion, support, anything you need so that there's no pain in your body. And even sitting in a chair is fine too. Okay, so come into a comfortable position, close your eyes, and then just feel through your body. Focus on yourself. Don't worry about anything else. Nothing else matters. Okay, this is all about you and your body, mat, your breath, the sunshine, nothing else. Okay, and then feel relaxed through your body, so feel everything, let everything go, soften everything. It's a really nice way of sort of relaxing, is to feel softness in your body. Okay, so anywhere that feels tight, just focus on it and release it, soften the feeling. Relax your sort of tendons and your muscles, and then bring your focus to your breath. Nice steady breathing in and out of your nostrils. Okay, feel the expansion in your chest. Okay, ribs expand as you inhale, belly gently pushes away. This is the movement of the diaphragm. As you exhale, gently squeeze that diaphragm up and inwards. And then relax it as you inhale. Okay, so really feel the expansion in your chest all the way up to just below your shoulder girdle. Nice deep breaths. Replenishing everything, getting everything that may be nestled at the base of your lungs, old stale air. Squeeze it out. Keep your body nicely relaxed, steady, deep breathing. Retentions, a nice deep inhale and hold the breath on full lungs. Steady release through the nostrils, control it, don't allow it to just flow out, okay? Restrict it, feel it in your nostrils. Inhale, another retention, hold. Release under control, feel it. Final inhale with a retention. And then release and return to your normal breathing. Okay, gently open your eyes, take a soft focus on the floor. And then bring your hands behind your head. Okay, intertwine the fingers, gentle pressure on the back of the head, but push back into your hands with your head. Okay, try and remain spinally straight. Okay, or as straight as it can be. Okay, so feel your spine all the way up into the center of your skull. Gently pull your chin in. Okay, pull your elbows back, so really open through the shoulders. Okay, just hold that position, keep breathing. Okay, it's fairly intense, this position. Okay, nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we're just going to tilt the head forward. Okay, you can gentle pressure again, back of the head, not too much, but keep pushing back into your hands. Keep your elbows lifted. Okay, chin on chest. Okay, soften all those muscles. You can feel them with your thumbs, those muscles in your neck. Okay, elbows lifted, looking down into your groin. Okay, inhale, come back up. Okay, and then tilt the head back. Okay, a little bit difficult because it's resisting with your hands. Okay, elbows out, looking up if you can. Keep pulling the head back. Keep pulling the elbows back. Nice deep breath in. exhale, again, chin to chest. Okay, obviously the muscles will soften, relax, stretch, and then back. Up to the ceiling. Feel the squidge in the tops of your shoulders, shoulder yoke with your thumbs. And then relax everything. Bring everything back to normality. Release your hands, bring them onto your thighs. And then we're just going to move the head in the horizontal plane. Okay, so pull your chin in, but move your whole head sort of back. Okay, in the horizontal plane. So don't allow it to tilt forwards or backwards, just pull it back, squeeze everything in. Okay, this is sort of the anti-iPhone position and computer position. So pulling everything backwards but in the horizontal plane. Okay, and then push everything forward. Okay, so keep the head level, but push everything out, keep your shoulders where they are. Okay, so you look like a turtle. And then pull everything back, chin in. Okay, that level feeling in your head. Push forward, final time. And then come back and release the head to the right hand side first of all. Okay, feel all those neck muscles. Okay, we've been stretching the laterals forwards and back. This is now the side stuff. So gently allow your head to come forward and backwards. Okay, releasing everything, feeling one side squidged, one side stretched. Okay, relax everything, soften everything, come back up to the top, other side. Okay, nice and slowly, feel everything as you do it. Okay, breathe nice and steadily, allow the head to fall forwards and backwards, following the stretch. Different positions. Then come back up, release the chin to the chest, 360 roll on your whole head. Okay, so follow it all the way around, take your time. Okay, feeling all those muscles, all those joints, those vertebrae. Okay, chin to chest, and then roll back the other way once you've done full 360. Close your eyes, helps you to feel a little bit more. All the way around. Back to chin on chest. And then head back up, arms out, cactus arms. Okay, so upper arms parallel, forearms 90 degrees. Okay, try and bring them so that they're in the vertical plane, your forearms. Okay, if your shoulders are a bit tight, they might lean forward slightly. Okay, but just do your best to pull them back. Okay, hands facing forward, palms open, nice space between the fingers. Okay, pull the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze everything together. Okay, as you squeeze, tilt everything up to the ceiling. Exhale, come down, squeeze elbows into your diaphragm. Okay, keep squeezing everything together. Come back up. Inhale, arms open, cactus arms once more, pull the elbows back, squeeze shoulder blades, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring everything together, squeeze, tilt everything upwards, keep squeezing. Tilt forwards, elbows into diaphragm. Squeeze everything down and then come back up. Okay, you can release, come into a sitting position now. Okay, we're just going to do some sort of facial stretching, sort of fascia of your spine and back. Okay, so engage the muscles of the legs as we normally do, push the heels away, flex the feet, spread the toes. Okay, now feel everything in your feet, try and release it, try and stretch it. Okay, when you engage the flex and spread the toes, pretty much everything's engaged in your feet. Okay, so keep that engagement, press the backs of the knees to the floor, and then lift up through the crown, chin tucked in, feel nicely upright in your spine, arms again intertwined behind your head. Okay, keep the engagement in your legs, release the chin to the chest. Okay, we're going to roll, spinal rolls, keep the legs engaged. Okay, so we're rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming forward. Okay, you really feel this in your back and sides of your spine. Okay, so just roll as far forward as you can. Okay, you don't have to tilt forward towards your feet, just
head gently towards your thighs, and then feel that curl in your back. Okay, it really sort of starts to tingle and feel really stretchy in, well, from your sort of buttocks up to your mid-spine. Okay, and then roll back up. Okay, try and feel each vertebrae as it rolls. Nice and upright, lift up, elbows back, take a breath in, and again, roll chin to chest first of all, so spine is sort of 90 degrees at that neck joint. Okay, start to roll, feel each vertebrae go. Okay, and up to that point where you go, or I do go, ooh, ouch. Not ouchy, but you know, stretchy, tingly. Breathe. Try and let it release and soften. Okay, and then come back up. Okay, release the arms, bring them just gently, rest them onto your thighs. Okay, again, engaging the muscles of the legs. Okay, nice deep breath in here. Flexing the feet as you exhale. We're going to put chest towards feet and we're going to point the toes. Okay, so it's like you're coming into a sitting forward fold. Okay, come as far forward as you can, chin to chest, don't curl this time. Point your toes. Inhale, come back up, flex your feet. Okay, so nice lift up as you come to the upright position. Flex feet, spread toes. Take a breath in. Same drill again. Okay, start to point the feet. So try and align your torso movement with your feet as you come over as far as you can, pushing your chest towards your feet. Point your toes. Inhale, come back up. Spread the toes, flex the feet, lift up. Final time, nice deep breath in. Exhale. Point the toes, curl everything round. Okay, point, and then come back up. Okay, hands down behind you. Okay, bend the knees, and then bring your right ankle over the back of your left foot. Okay, and then grab hold of your foot. Okay, we're going to do a bit of foot manipulation. So with your hand, just palm of your hand onto your toes. Gently bend them backwards. Okay, grab hold of your heel with the other hand, and then just rotate the ankle whilst you're bending your toes or stretching your toes. Okay, that ankle movement, so forwards and backwards, and then rotation. Okay, feel it all. Go back the other way. And then release, swap over. Okay, so opposite arm onto your toes, same arm onto your heel. Okay, rotate. And the other way. And then use the ankle joint. Bend the toes. Okay, just feel everything. Of course, you've got a bit of hip opening going on here as well. Okay, so just allow it all to happen. Final breath. Release, come back into a sitting position. Okay, so these are more dynamic toe taps. Okay, now you can engage the muscles of your legs once more, bring your arms all the way up. Okay, palms facing forwards. Okay, so try and be a nice straight line, engage the muscles of the legs so everything's engaged. Nice deep breath in, and then again coming forward. Okay, once your torso has gone as far as you can, your hamstrings will probably be screaming. Release your hands, push them gently, press them forward, and touch as far forward as you can on your feet or over your feet or on your legs, wherever they may be. Rest for a second or soften everything for a second, allow everything to stretch. Nice and slowly bring everything back up. Okay, back up to where we started. Push everything upwards. Take a breath in, engage the muscles of the legs. Exhale. Okay, really lengthen everything from hip to fingertips. Come all the way down until your torso can go no further. Release your arms, come down. Just grab hold of wherever you've got to and settle, soften down into that position. Breathe. Okay, release, come back up. Stretch everything upwards. Final time, nice deep breath in. Exhale, coming down. Settling in. And then nice and slowly release. And come into tabletop position. Okay, sweep your legs around. And coming into tabletop. Okay, so wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Okay, so not too close together with your knees. Tops of the feet in contact with the floor. Okay, just feel everything. 6 points of contact. Press down into the floor. So you sort of ground yourself. You sort of limpet-like feel attached to the floor if you start to press into it. Okay, nice steady breaths. Pull your belly up towards your spine. And then we're going to do some scapular press-ups. Okay, so arms remain nicely supportive and straight. And then we just release the chest to the ground. Okay, you'll feel that sort of sinking feeling between your shoulder blades. Okay, press into your hands, lift your chest up. Okay, you feel the stretch through your shoulders. Okay, everything's lifting away from the ground. Chin's tucked in, spine is straight. Okay, release the chest to the ground again. Okay, you may not have too much of movement. Okay, the more you do this, the more movement you'll get. And then lift up again, stretching everything upwards. Okay, now let's continue doing that for a few goes. Okay, feeling everything in your shoulders, scapular press-ups, feeling that movement of your scapula in your shoulders, so they float across the tops of your ribs. Okay, fairly unusual, I always think, scapulars. Okay, a couple of those, it really releases everything, sort of neck, head, really lovely feeling. Final breath, and then come to your tabletop position. Okay, left knee moves slightly closer, lift your right leg, keep the leg bent, okay, so that the sole of your foot is lifting towards the ceiling. Okay, try and keep everything else the same. Okay, now you should feel this in obviously upper back and glutes, your bum and your hamstrings. Nice deep breath in, okay, and then bring that leg through, squeeze it up towards your chest, and then try and sort of straighten that leg. So bring the foot to the ground. This is the sort of position when you come from downward dog to high lunge. Okay, that's that core compression that you need to exercise. Bring it back up all the way through. Okay, foot to the sole to the ceiling, lift it as high as you can, squeeze your buttock. Nice deep breath in, and once more bring that knee through, squeeze it up as high as you can. Try and bring that leg straight. Now you can come onto your fingertips if you can put it on the floor. Okay, otherwise just squeeze it up as far as you can. Final time, bring that leg back up. This time we'll come onto fingertips. Okay, it gives you a little bit more room. Squeeze the knee up as it comes through. Bring it into a low lunge position. Okay, and then release it back to tabletop. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So right knee slightly more central. Lift the left. Okay, just allow the body to get used to it. Okay, that leg's 90 degrees. Lift the foot towards the ceiling. Feel it in your low back, hamstrings, buttock. Nice deep breath in as you exhale. Squeeze the knee to the chest as you bring it through. Try and straighten the leg, bring it to the ground. Okay, if not, just keep squeezing. Release it back up. Okay, lift the foot up. Keep it nice and bent. Feel everything in that front of that left hip, glute, low back. Release, bring the knee through, squeeze everything up, lift the chest, straighten the leg if you can, bring it to the floor. Final time, release, bring everything back up to the ceiling, breathe in, and then bring it through. Final time, squeeze everything up, come onto your fingertip, give you a bit more room, and then bring that foot down, and then come back into tabletop. Okay, come into child position. Okay, so bum back to heels. Okay, forearms, forehead to the ground, and then just rest for a couple of moments. Feel through your body, gentle swaying of the hip from side to side. Breathe. Okay, now we're going to come from this position. Okay, we're going to sort of crawl forward, a bit like a reptile. Okay, we're going to come into a hands position where sort of cobra would be. The nearer your hands are to your hips when you do this, the more back bend you'll get. So we'll go from child pose forward onto our fronts into seal pose, okay, which is arms straight and bending the back. So take it easy to begin with, just feel how your back feels, don't overdo it to begin with. Okay, nice steady back bend, so bring your hands out a little bit further than you probably want to begin with, just to test the ground. Okay, so from this position, start to lift your bum. Okay, place your hands where cobra would be. Okay, bend the elbows. Okay, so float sort of along the ground, flatten everything, and then start to lift. Okay, again, I can feel that my back's a little bit too bendy there, so come out a little bit,
Okay, come to that position where your back is comfortable. Don't overdo it. Bring the hands out. Hold for a couple of breaths. Okay, and then release. Bring the hands back so you can push back. Bend the elbows. Bum lifted. Push back. Okay, you'll feel it in your triceps when you push back. Back to child pose. Okay, forearms, forehead. Rest for a couple of moments. Feel through your body. Okay, that feeling in your low back. Okay, you know the move now, so we're going to try and keep as low as we can to the ground as we move forward. Hands sliding out, so we pretty much know where our hands are going to go. Keep low, bend the elbows, floating along the ground. Start to flatten, pelvis to the ground. Straighten through your low back. Okay, bring your hands down somewhere comfortable. Try and hold in seal. Okay, seal pose is hands out, arms sort of straight, and feel through your back. The more, further we have our hands out, the less bend you have. The further you have your hands to your hips, the more you'll feel it in your back. Okay, just hold for a couple of moments in that back bend. Breathe. Okay, feel that real beautiful expansion front of your belly. Okay, again, bring the torso down. Replace your hands so you can push nice and low, coming back down into child pose. Again, so that your back is one moment it's bending one way, the other moment in this position it's bending the other. So take your time, feel everything, make sure everything feels nice and healthy. Okay, sway hips from side to side. Final time. Okay, so moving forward, sliding your hands, keeping low to the ground, hands out as far as you want to take them. Flatten everything down, pelvis down. And then come up into seal. Breathe, release, soften everything. Okay, final breath here. And then release the elbows, flatten everything down. One hand on top of the other. Head turned one way or the other. And just relax, gently sort of roll from hip to hip, releasing that low back. Okay, nice and slowly straighten the arms, come onto fingertips. Okay, so just spider hands. Okay, so fingertips are just on the ground and arms are nicely in line. Nice deep breath in. As you do so, press into your fingers and then lift, try and look up at the ceiling. Okay, or lift up as far as you can. Press into your fingers and lift a little bit. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Bow to the ground, you can soften through the elbows, forehead touches down, inhale, come back up, pressing into fingers, look up at the ceiling, lift as you push into your fingertips, exhale, bowing to the ground, inhale, final time, looking up, and come to the ground. Okay, come onto your forearms into Sphinx pose, elbows underneath shoulders. You can intertwine your fingers if it's more comfortable for your shoulders. Otherwise, forearms parallel, hands nicely spread. Okay, from this position, okay, feel through your spine. Okay, upper back, try and leave your lower back alone. So upper back curl, gaze to the horizontal. Okay, and then once you're in the position, bend your knees. Okay, flex your feet, squeeze your heels towards your bum. And then keep lifting. Okay, you can bring your head towards your soles of your feet. And then hold and breathe. Final breath here. Release, soften. Okay, bring our hands either side of your shoulders up into cobra. Exhale, push back, come into child pose once more, nice and slowly, bum back to heels. Forearms to the ground, and then feel that release in your back. Okay, we're going to come up into side camel from this position. Okay, nice and slowly. It's a nice flowing, sweeping movement. So, nice and slowly start to lift. Left hand comes around onto your heel. You can tuck your toes. It gives you a little bit of height. Right arm comes up, stretches to the ceiling. Okay, and then we push hips forward and chest forward into the ceiling.
Okay, and try and release through again your upper spine. Nice deep breath in here, feel it in the front of your thighs. And then release. We're going to sweep this arm around to the sides, all the way round, swap over. Okay, so right hand on left heel, stretching everything up to the ceiling on the other side. Vertical first of all, okay, press into that heel, push the hips forward, chest forwards and upwards. Okay, it really does curl through your spine as you do that. Breathe a couple of times. Okay, we're going to gain flow to the other side. Okay, sweep that upper arm all the way around. As we swap over, one more either side. Okay, arm up to the top. Push hips, chest forwards and up. Feel the curl in the spine. I always feel it fronts of the thighs too. Final time. Sweep everything around, swap over. And then nice and slowly come into a kneeling position. I'm going to come into rabbit pose. Okay, so this is a lovely, another curl on the spine, back bend. So fingertips in line with your knees. Okay, and then we just bend forward. We're going to try and bring our forehead as close to our kneecaps as we can. Okay, so it's like the crown of the head hovers along the floor. Lift your bum off your heels if you need to. Okay, once your head hits the floor, you can keep it there, trying to move the head away, and lift the bum away from the heels. You can then grab hold of the heels, allows you to go a little bit further, and then you should feel a really intense stretch in the middle back. Hold on to your heels, keep lifting through your bum, and then hold for a couple of breaths before releasing. Come back into child pose, nice and slowly, nice and steady, breathing, releasing and softening. Okay, I'm just going to come into puppy pose. Okay, so front half downward dog, rear half tabletop. Okay, if it's a little bit too much for your arms, bring your bum back towards your heels, but try and be as long as you can between hips and fingers. Try not to have your forearms on the ground. And then just melt your chest and your chin towards the floor. Okay, final breath here. And then nice and slowly, we're coming up into downward dog, so tuck the toes, straighten the legs, and come into first downward dog of the day. Okay, bicycling the legs, pushing one heel towards the ground as you press into your toes, bending the other knee, and then swapping over. Okay, feeling that release, hamstrings, calf muscles, also into your low back. Okay. Remember, bend the knees, bring your bum back to your heels, try and extend through the front of your body, hips to fingertips, and then hold that extension, and then bum to ceiling, straighten the legs. Don't worry if you can't get them straight, just do that feeling in your hamstrings. Breathe nice and slowly. And then we're going to come into plank position, so nice and slowly. We're going to come up on tippy toes though. And we're going to lift the chest as we come forward. So you're arching like a cat as you come forward. It's like a spinal roll. And then release the pelvis forward into plank position. Release the pelvis towards the ground. Okay, so we sort of come into an upward dog. And then start to move back. Bend the knees. Okay, come back into downward dog. Release the heels to the ground. Okay, so that's the position. Bend the knees. Come forward. Lift up tippy toes, arching the back, squeezing through your core, releasing the pelvis down towards the floor, bending the knees, pushing back. Okay, really push the bum back towards the heels, extending through the front, and then start to straighten once more. Okay, downward dog, final time, up on tippy toes, lift everything upwards, okay, extending into that cat position. Okay, pelvis towards the floor, nice and slowly, bending the knees, coming back into downward dog. Okay, So downward dog, coming into three-legged downward dog. Okay, lifting the right leg. Okay, everything remains the same. Okay, lifting that leg up, trying to bring it in line, push the heel away, flex the foot. Nice deep breath in, bending the upper leg, opening that right hip, bringing that foot over left-hand side of the body. We're going to come into Wild Thing. Okay, so to do that, bend the lower leg, bring that right leg to the floor. Once it's there, okay, that supports you. Start to straighten up. Okay, shoulders come over the hands, and then our other arm bends round. You can sort of turn your back to the ground, stretch away, press into your feet, sides of your feet, stretch through the hip. Nice deep breath in, come back the same way, so bend the knees, bring the hand to the floor. Okay, come into three-legged downward dog, and then release to the ground. Okay, downward dog once more. Okay, swapping over, inhaling, lifting, left leg this time. Okay, three-legged downward dog. Everything else remains the same. Okay, hold for a couple of moments, bend the upper leg, open that left hip. Wild Thing, okay, bend that lower knee, move forward, shoulders over backs of hands. Watch that foot come down towards the ground. Okay, once it's there, press into it, lift that hip to the ceiling. Other arm stretches away from you. Wild Thing, feel it through your hip. Breathe. Come back, hands to the floor, lift that foot up into three-legged downward dog, and then coming down into normal downward dog, just shift out the way, it's a good goal. Okay, coming into high lunge, so right leg comes forward, okay, placing it on the floor, release the left knee to the ground, come up into low lunge, arms into cactus arms. Okay, so spine's nicely straight. Okay, upper arms parallel, pull the elbows back. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your elbows, forearms, hands together. Inhale, come back out. Exhale, squeeze. Release to the ground. And then being careful, left knee wise, we try and straighten that rear leg. Okay, so we're really gently pushing that pubic bone to the floor, and as we pull that rear leg up, you should really feel it in that front hip flexor or the thigh muscle, front of the hip. Hold, and then come to the floor, tuck the rear toe, come into high lunge. Okay, press up, come into same position we were in low lunge, but only high lunge. Okay, cactus arms once more. Okay, hold the cactus arms here. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bring that sort of left knee to the floor, and then lift up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as you come up. Couple more. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we come up. Final time. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we come up. Okay, release back into high lunge. Right leg comes back into downward dog. Heels release to the floor, bend the knees, stretch through your torso. Nice deep breath in, swap over. Left leg comes forward into lunge. Release right knee, top of the right foot. Come up, cactus arms. Okay, just take a couple of moments just to settle that whole pelvis region on the other side, that stretch, that hip flexor stretch. Okay, elbows out, pull them back, nice deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze everything together. Inhale, come out. Exhale, squeeze everything together. Release hands to the floor. Okay, and then bend that knee, flex the foot, squeeze the heel towards the bum as you release your pubic bone forwards and down. Okay, till you feel that lovely, stretchy, strengthening feeling. Okay, release that foot to the floor, tuck the toe, come into high lunge, steady yourself, pick a focal point, come into cactus arms, high lunge. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, knee to the floor,
Inhale, come up. And lift everything up as high as you can. You can straighten the legs if you need to. Exhale, come down. Tickle the knee, come back up. Exhale, tickle the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, tickle the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, tickle the floor. Final time. Inhale, come up. Okay, come back into your high lunge. This time, right leg joins left into forward fold. Okay, so just hold in forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Breathe. Grab hold of the elbows. Take a couple of moments. Feel through your low back. Let everything sort of lengthen in your back. Gently sway from side to side. And then nice and slowly, arms out to the sides. Come up into raised arm pose. Okay, press into the soles of your feet, feel grounded, soften the knees. Keep that length through the crown of your head. And then bring your fingers to the crease in your, between leg and torso, so in your sort of hips. And then bend the knees, and we're going to fold forward, trying to crush our fingers between legs and torso. Okay, so come down, squeeze your fingers, hold the squeeze. Okay, you can gently start to straighten the legs a little, bum to the ceiling, keep the squeeze though. So the idea is to keep that torso squeezed onto your thighs. Keep lifting your bum. Breathe. Okay, nice deep breath in. Coming back. All the way up. Okay, release. Arms come up into raised arm pose. Take a focal point on the ceiling. Hold the gaze, press into your tootsies, lift your heels. Try and be stable for a couple of moments. Final breath, heels to the ground. Okay, now we're going to hold this position, come into a balance. So bring your weight to the left foot first of all. Bend your right, pick a focal point, and then lift your knee. Okay, if you can straighten your leg, then do so. You can bring your hands down to prayer mudra. Okay, we're going to go from this position through to warrior 3. So nice and slowly, keep the focus. Okay, bending the leg, moving it behind you, tilting forward from the hips. Okay, pick a focal point on the floor as you come down. Okay, straighten that leg out behind you. Once you've got to a position, I always like to look at the camera to make sure I'm level. That was easy for you. Okay, so hold in that position, pushing the heel away, flexing the foot. Okay, you bend the knee, the more you bend it, the more stable you become because you're pushing your weight into that balancing foot. Extend the crown of the head. Okay, if you want to bring your arms in line too, but that's fairly intense. You need a really strong core. Okay, bring your hands back to your chest and then just come back up. Keep the focal point. Okay, move your weight to your right foot, so we'll swap over. Arms out to the sides, up to the top. Lift the left knee. Hold the position. Straighten the leg if you can. Hands together to chest. Start to move that leg, tilting forward. Picking that focal point, moving slowly and steadily with intent. Okay, straighten that leg out behind you. Heel away, flex the foot. Arms forward if you can, if you want to. Final breath. Hands together. And then moving hands down. Release the arms, come into raised arm pose. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, swallow dive into forward fold. Right leg comes back into lunge. Left leg comes back and coming into plank position. Okay. Bum just above horizontal. Feet hip width apart. Okay, now squeeze, so gently squeeze the core and
lift the pelvis slightly, really intensify the feeling. Look down at the mat, so spine's nicely straight. Push into your toes, push your heels back, squeeze your bum. Hold, breathe. Okay, release knees, bum back to heels, cross ankles, sit back, come into sitting position. Okay, bring your hands onto your legs, lift up to the crown of your head, and then nice and slowly come to the floor, okay, in a controlled position, feeling the squeeze in your core. When you've gone as far as you can just bring your arms out, hold, lift the heels if you can into full boat pose. Breathe, nice and slowly, release to the floor. Arms up and over your head, give your body a lovely long stretch. And then bring your arms up vertically upwards, bend at the wrist, push your hands to the ceiling, lift your shoulders off the floor. Okay, nice deep breath in here. Bend the knees, and then we're going to bring the left knee towards the chest. Okay, as you push your hands away, squeeze that left knee towards your chest, sort of feel it in the crease of your hip, that position in forward fold where we were squeezing. Okay, this time you're pulling your thigh towards your chest, hold it, push your hands away, take a breath in, release the leg, and swap over. So this time, right knee squeezed into your chest, push the hands away, keep squeezing, keep pulling, squeeze, soften, release, feet to the floor. Okay, you can release the hands, bring them palms parallel, nice deep breath in, lift head and shoulders, arms pendulum down so that your palms are either side of your knees, and then just hold, pump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, breathe, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, squeeze, breathe. Final time, nice deep breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, release to the floor, pendulum in the arms, straighten them over your head, straighten the legs, point the toes, stretch everything away, take a breath in, bend the knees, arms out to the sides, release your knees to the right hand side. You can cross the right leg over that left knee if you want a little bit more. It helps the sort of left hip stretch wise, only if you want to. Look out over the opposite shoulder. Okay, really release through that left side. You'll feel that beautiful stretch. Breathe, soften, release. Okay, you can unhook the foot, come back up, knees to the other side. Okay, same drill, left foot or left ankle over the back of the right knee if you want a little bit more. Feel it in that right hip, right waist. Look out over the opposite shoulder, breathe. Okay, bring the knees back up, arms down by your sides, palms facing up, straighten your legs, come into your final relaxation position, Savasana. Tuck your chin in, close your eyes, relax forehead, eyes, cheeks, chin and neck first of all. And then continue to scan down your body, your arms, relax them, hands and fingers. Okay, through the whole of your torso, feel the connection, low back into the floor. Might need a little squeeze of your core muscles to push that lower back down, and then soften everything. Buttocks, relax them. Thighs, hamstrings, calf muscles. Feet, just give your feet a little bit of a wiggle. Flex your, stretch your toes or widen them, spread them, that's the word I'm looking for, and then relax them.
Gentle roll of the head from side to side, releasing those upper vertebrae before bringing your head back in line. Tuck chin in, feel your spine nicely straight, and then focus on your breath. So nice, steady, deep, long breaths. Controlled, in and out of your nostrils. And then continue breathing in your normal, natural, no tension way. Don't force it, just naturally long, slow, deep breaths. Okay, nice and slowly bring your attention back to the here and now. Take a steady breath in. As you do so, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and bring your arms up and over your head. Give your body a lovely long stretch. Flexing the feet, pointing the toes, and then nice and slowly bend your knees, roll over to one side or the other, and then using your hand, press yourself back up to a comfortable sitting position. Okay, we're going to end the class by chanting Om once. Remember, Om has 3 syllables, A-U-M. Ow, as we open our mouth, vibrates in the belly. Ooh, as we bring our lips together, vibrates in the chest. As we bring our lips together, vibrates in the head. Okay, so think about that as we chant. Okay, hands together, give them a bit of a wobble, centralize them, relax the elbows, close your eyes, gently pull your chin in. Take a nice deep inhale. Namaste. Thank you very much. See you again next time.